Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about functions in C programming. So functions in C programming, they play a very important role. Why? Because they make the program modular, right? So we can break a big program into smaller submodules, and then we can write certain piece of code in each module, and then we can call these modules from the main function, right? So when I say functions in C programming, we all know that there is one function which is a mandatory, right? So in case your program has only one function, it has to be a main function in C programming. So apart from that, you can design your own function and you can call it from main, right? So when we say we are designing a function, it means that instead of writing the lines of code in the main function itself, we are going to put that set of codes into another function which we are going to call from main to execute a certain task, right? So in a program, in case we want a certain computation to be performed after every, let us say, some lines of code, then in that case, instead of writing the lines again and again in the main function, what we do is that we write a function and we call it from main, so that repeatedly we are not writing the same lines again and again, right? So your code will be optimized, it will have smaller size, and this will result in a code which is more efficient, right? So for example, in case we want to add two numbers, right, we can make a function of addition which we can define. Let us say my add is the name of the function, and we can write the piece of codes over here. Okay, so whatever you need to write to add those two numbers which user enter, you do it over here in this function, and from main you will have the initial parts of the code that you write for taking the user input, and then after that you can just call this function by writing a line like this, my add, right? So if you do it like this line is going to call the function my add, which is going to perform the job of addition, right? So this is what we deal in, right? So this is what we deal in when we talk about functions. It helps to make our code modular, it helps to manage the code in a better way, and you are not repeating the lines again and again. What you are doing is you are calling a function from the main, right? How you are going to call the function, there are various ways to do that, right? How we can pass certain important parameters into the function which is being called. Again, there is a way to do that. So we'll see all these things in the later on sessions that we will do, but to complete the understanding of the functions, what we do is we will design a simple program for addition of two numbers, and what we are going to do, we are going to call the function from the main function like what I have written over here, and then we'll print the result on the console, right? So this is what we are going to do in this program. So instead of writing the lines for adding the two numbers in the main function, we are going to write it in a separate space which is over here, that is in the function called my add, and then we are going to just call it, right? And then we'll build upon the same, and we'll learn how we can call the function in different ways, like call by value, call by reference, and all those kind of concepts where we are supposed to pass in the arguments to the function which is being called, and whether we have the return value from the function or not. So we'll see and analyze all those aspects on the basis of our first example that we are going to perform, right? So I hope this gives you a clear-cut indication what functions are all about and what purpose they serve and how they will be beneficial for us in C programming. I can't wait to see you in the next video. See you there.